of Mike McIntyre.
The Warriors, Portland does have an official game under its belt. They defeated NAIA team Multnomah in a high-scoring shootout, 111-103. That was at home on November 6th. The jump at center circle, scramble, leads to a Hawaii possession to get us started, and the new season of Rainbow Warrior basketball is underway. And here is Zigmars Raimo, had the big performance against Hawaii Pacific in the exhibition last week. He gets the start tonight, along with Drew Buggs, Brandon Thomas, Jack Purchase, and Brock Steptoe. But it is Buggs doing first honors and breaking the ice.
Wow. If it's going to be that easy, the Rainbow Guards are going to have a field day.
So here is Marcus Shaver, number 10, controlling. He's running the point here for Portland. And he gets it in the left corner. He may be familiar to some of you out there. A former Hawaii resident, has a lot of family and friends still here in the islands. Played intermediate ball at Marino School. He kicks it to JoJo Walker, his three off the heel. And the rebound off to Drew Buggs. According to Eran Ganot, Drew Buggs, part of his development has been getting very good in the pick and roll situation. Reading the defender, knowing what to do with the basketball. Here's Brandon Thomas, hard drive baseline, a little too strong, and it is deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Raimo. The crowd disagrees, and we may have a reversal as the officials confer. The Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineups scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah,
and they do reverse the call.
Yep, they got it right.
There is Eran Ganot, year number 4 at the helm. Wide open look, right corner for Steptoe, can't hit it. Offensive rebound, Raimo. Almost worked up a shot, but kicks it back outside, and Hawaii can reset. Buggs says reset this, drops it down to Zigmars, and he is blocked but fouled by Theo Akuba. Akuba is a 6'10", 205-pound freshman from Montgomery, Alabama. He sends Raimo to the free throw line.
And he averaged how many blocks in high school? 10?
Yeah, how about averaged a triple-double
yeah,
as a senior at Magnet High School? 10 points, 14 rebounds, 10 blocks. He ranked second nationally in blocks as a high school senior.
To get 10 blocks a game, I don't care who you're playing. That's a lot of blocks. I mean, that's high school.
Yeah. You're swatting things around pretty good. Yeah. Raimo, second free throw does not go. Zigmars Raimo, for those who are seeing this team for the first time since last year, you will notice the considerable weight loss. He got himself into great shape, as that is a three-pointer stuck by Marcus Shaver off the dribble.
And Marcus said, hey, everybody, remember me?
Averaged 12 points per game last season as a freshman. That was tops on the team. Here's Brandon Thomas for 3. And almost an offensive rebound for Purchase, but then Thomas commits the foul on the reach-in. So the Pilots, coming off of a 10-win season a year ago, they finished 9th in the West Coast Conference at 4-14. Preseason pick to finish 10th this year. Of course, West Coast Conference headlined by 3rd-ranked Gonzaga. And speaking of headliners, Terry Porter in his 3rd year atop the Portland program. He is a Portland hero, former NBA head coach with the Bucks and Suns, but as a player, a 2-time NBA All-Star, got his jersey number retired with the Portland Trailblazers.
And who did he run in the backcourt with in Portland?
Clyde Drexler.
Clyde the Glide.
Akuba picking up a foul on the screen. That is a point of emphasis this year among the officials, and so that's already quickly number 2 for Akuba, and that brings in another Hawaii guy, Hugh Hoagland, 6'10" redshirt freshman from Waimanalo out of Iolani School, on the floor less than 3 minutes in already.
Yeah, he's getting some meaningful minutes.
Purchase too strong there. Another offensive rebound for Zigmars Raimo, backing in on Hoagland. Tried to get it to a cutting Purchase, passed up on a layup to kick it to Thomas, and he can't hit. Purchase may have done himself justice just going up with that.
Yep.
Here's Shaver, strong drive, a lot of contact, no whistle. Hoagland, the offensive rebound, and then Steptoe rips it from him. Bodies hitting the deck left and right, and it's going to be a timeout granted to the University of Hawaii.
Yeah, Brock Steptoe, I think.
Since his Iolani high school days,
Yeah.
as we see another newcomer for Hawaii, Eddie Stansbury on the floor.
Yeah. He's not the same player that left Iolani, I can assure
Talking
you.
about Hoagland,
Yeah, I mean, physically, he is totally different.
Eddie Stansbury, the transfer from City College of San Francisco, he can shoot the ball.
Yes, he can.
So can this guy. Purchase misses from about elbow range, though. We're knotted at 3 here early. Here's JoJo Walker. He actually ran the point last year with Shaver playing the off-guard position. They swapped here for this season. You almost have 2 point guards on the floor at the same time, and Walker smooches it in off the glass.
Yeah, well, one has, I think, a little better game going to the basket, and that's why he's handling the ball a little bit more.
Stansbury for 3. That one off the heel, no. Portland in a zone defense. Stansbury trying to shoot them out of it immediately.
Well, if there's anybody from the Rainbow Warriors that can do that, it is Eddie Stansbury. Brandon Thomas got the start in this ball game. He did knock down the 3, so Coach Goodnight is going to his bench after a little over 3 minutes to bring in a guy he knows that can shoot the basketball.
Hawaii 0 for 5 from downtown. Here's Josh McSwiggan. Maybe his nickname should be Josh McSwishin
Swishin',
because he is a shooter. Career highs of 37 points and 11 rebounds in the win over Multnomah just a few days ago.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly where Multnomah is, and I'm from Oregon, but hey, if you get to 37 points against anybody, you scored a lot of points.
Raimo with the jump hook. What do you think about his development? He was a guy who was a role player by definition in previous years.
He's a perfect player for the execution of the offense on the inside. He's not going to hurt you from the outside, but on the inside, he knows exactly where he needs to be, and he's there.
Wow, Marcus Shaver with the step back from distance.
No kidding.
Shot just 26% from three-point range last year. Terry Porter saying that was partly because he had to focus on the responsibilities of being the point guard. Now that he's the shooting guard, he can let it fly a little more freely. And we have seen him drain a couple from deep. Here's Walker. All alone, lays it in, and Portland is up 13-5, 5 minutes in.
Well, the Portland Pilots have come out and played a zone and saying, hey, we're not going to worry about trying to stop you in your half-court offense. We're going to force you to show you can score out of a zone offense.
Purchase gets the Aloha Spirit bounce there off the rim. Left corner, McSwiggan. Hits nothing that time. Goes from a swish to an air ball from the same spot.
Well, that's why it's McSwiggan. Yes, yes.
Purchase, nice drop down. Raimo up and in.
Nice execution that time. The Rainbow Warriors, the big fella, Jack Purchase, passed the ball real well. Raimos goes inside, gets the body screen, and gets an easy shot.
Yeah, Jack Purchase, the Big West Conference Best Sixth Man Award winner a season ago. Getting the start here this season, his senior year. And a foul on the drive down the lane. Avea and Hoagland in the game on the other side. These two matched up in the state semifinal of the 2017 basketball season, Kahuku and Iolani.
The rivalry continues.
Thriller game that was taken by eventual state champ Kahuku. Yeah, and now we see them on the Division I collegiate floor.
Wait, Kahuku
as well.
won that against Iolani? Okay, I'm just checking here. And you mentioned that.
Here's Avea underneath, up and in. And Jack Purchase again with the assist.
Jack Purchase is a very good passer for a big. Sees the floor, delivers a nice soft ball, but a quick ball.
Here's Franklin Porter. He's one of 2 Terry Porter offspring on the roster here for Portland. McSwiggan can't hit. Avea and Hoagland battling for the rebound, but Hawaii wins the battle.
I bet you Avea saying, dang, I didn't know Hoagland got that big.
Hoagland might be thinking the same. Here's Steptoe.
Didn't finish, but had the nice drive.
Now numbers for the Pilots. McSwiggan trying to go baseline, kicks it left corner. Couple extra passes. It's Shaver for 3. Off the heel, no. Karams out to Stansberry, and he's going to look to force the issue. Purchase. And Hawaii still 0 from downtown. They're 0 for 7 officially. Franklin Porter, the lefty, lay-in no. Some up and down action here on night 1 for the Rainbow Warrior basketball team. Here's Cholina underneath, and he gets fouled by Porter.
That was as much running up and down as I've seen in a Hawaii game in a long time. Definite foul by the coach's son.
You're right, though. That was one of the emphasized aspects coming into this season of this Hawaii philosophy was, hey, let's try to up the tempo when we can. Here's the other coach's son coming in now, Malcolm Porter. He is the younger of the two, 6'4" sophomore.
So,
as Cholina. Yes, it is Cholina. We are finding out, even though he's been on campus almost a year, that Mate likes to pronounce his last name, or prefers the pronunciation of his last name to be Cholina, as opposed to what was previously assumed Colina.
Colina, yeah. It's morphed into Cholina.
That's right.
So,
hey,
we'll give him what he wants.
it's his name, right?
Yeah.
And that's a traveling violation called against Malcolm Porter. But yeah, some of the emphasis in the offseason for Ron Gannat and company was try to push the tempo when available, or at least more frequently, perhaps. And that comes obviously out of defensive stops as well.
Yeah.
The other thing was shooting the basketball, right?
Shooting
Getting
it well.
open shots.
Yeah, shooting it well. And you've got to rebound in order to push the ball, so you've got to get it off the glass, kick it out, and get up and down the floor.
They have the shooters to spread the floor defensively, get some of those open shots. As Cholina couldn't finish, Stansberry lines up the 3 and hits. The icebreaker from Eddie Stansberry.
If there's one thing that young man can do, it's shoot it with ease.
Shot 43% from downtown at City College of San Francisco, and that was averaging over 3 made three-pointers per game. Here's Porter for 3, answers back. Malcolm Porter, he shot 30% from beyond the property line a season ago.
Okay, we're gonna have a little shootout here.
Here's Steptoe open for 3. Got it! Back-to-back triples for the Bows. That is a shot that Brock Steptoe can absolutely take advantage of if left open. He was 3rd in the Big West Conference a season ago in three-point percentage. A near poke away by Avea, but they're going to call him for the reach-in. That's his first. But right now, Hawaii and Portland playing to an 18-all tie. 9 minutes in. And Tahiro Diabate, number 14, on the floor, and he gets the ball immediately against Cholina, gets blocked by Cholina.
And Cholina says, not in my house, not down here. Like the effort by Cholina.
So Hawaii going with a bit of a bigger lineup with Cholina, obviously, at 7 feet in the post. Here Stansberry rises up. Oh, that one went in and out. Steptoe, Avea, Raimo, and you just saw that attempt by Stansberry rounding out the 5 on the floor for Hawaii. Here's Walker. McSwiggan, the hesitation dribble, drops it off to Diabate, who lays it up and in.
Good assist by McSwiggan.
McSwiggan, who hails from Loughborough, England. Now playing defense against Raimo. So we got England versus Latvia right here. That's both
It's
teams.
like a Euro Cup thing here.
Right.
I love it.
Both teams featuring pretty heavy sprinkling of international flavor. Hawaii with players from Latvia, Australia, and Sweden on their roster. Portland has representation from Mali, New Zealand, and England. Another air ball from downtown.
Yeah, that was an interesting shot right there.
The cut on the baseline by Avea. Trying to stay after it. And what's the call here? And I think they're just going to call an out of bounds. Last touch by Portland, so the possession stays in the direction of the team in green.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the official, I think he was signaling out of bounds here versus foul. Everybody was looking for a little contact to be called.
Stansbury open off the inbound, yep. Always looking to pull the trigger.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just think he shoots it with such ease that it's a pleasure always watching him shoot the basketball.
That's the first lead change since 18-17 on the clock.
Well, now it's a second lead change.
That's right. Now it's a seesaw battle.
Yeah, there you go.
Stansbury drives to the hoop this time. Diabate spanks it away.
Yeah, Eddie, shoot the three.
Porter goes cross court, picked off by Stansbury. Avea thought about it and then lost it out of bounds. Maybe trying to do a tad bit too much in that instance.
Well, Stansbury's coming down the floor a little slower, but he gets a good steal, comes down and does a nice job of recovery.
Stansbury to the bench now. Leland Green onto the floor. Leland's been dealing with some shoulder issues. Did not play in the team's off-season international trip to Australia. Had shoulder surgery. Diabate down low, too strong off the glass, and then a poke away by Bugs. He was the team leader in that category last year, as well as assists. And he got both of them in one sequence.
Nice job by Drew Bugs, and good catch and finish by Ziggy.
And a timeout taken by Portland. So the Pilots
are the seniors. All three of them are playing their last year at the University of Hawaii, and I know they all want to go out in fine fashion.
No Sharif Dramé yet tonight. He did suit up, he did warm up. He has been still nursing a bit of an ankle issue and did not play in the exhibition against Hawaii Pacific last week, as Diabate lost the handle. And so it is perhaps unlikely, at least that's the speculation, that we will see Dramé here tonight. Good cut there by Avea, and a great bounce pass find by Zigmars Raimo. Some good off-the-ball action in this Hawaii offense tonight. There's a foul by Purchase on Diabate.
The Rainbow Warriors offensively, when they run their offense, they run it to perfection, and oftentimes they will get the second, third, or fourth option, and it'll be wide open. It forces teams to play defense for an extended period of time, not just the first option. If you don't continue to play defense, Hawaii will make you pay.
Diabate was a 52% free throw shooter a season ago. And that one was not very close.
That came off his hand a little different. Kind of like that one.
That one a little better though, but he goes 0 for 2. That was the first foul picked up by Purchase. 4 team fouls for Hawaii, 3 for Portland. Hawaii getting into its offense. Here's Bugs on the curl. Gets deep in the lane and then shovels it to Raimo. Missed a couple of times, but Bugs kicks it back out. Looking to make another play. Finds Avea for 3. And Portland dodges a couple of BBs there on that possession. Here's Shaver on the hesitation. Working against Bugs. Left it short on the riser.
Wow, he left it short from a much shorter distance than the first time he did that move.
They'll reset. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. 15 seconds now. Here's Raimo. Back to the basket. Goes to the jump hook and gets it. He's got 9 points, leading everybody.
Zigmar Raimo. That's Brian McGinnis's, it's his guy. That's Brian's guy.
We were over here trying to think up nicknames for Zigmar's
Ziggy,
during that
Big
Hawaii
Ziggy.
Pacific University exhibition where he scored a team-high 20.
Brian's guy. That's what we'll call him.
Here's Porter. That one off the mark. The tip out by Raimo to Leland Green. We came up with the Rhinoceros. I like that one. Here's Avea going baseline. Great finish.
Samuta Avea strong to the basket, utilizing his jumping ability. Nice job by Avea.
6 points for Samuta, and this is the largest lead for Hawaii, 29-22. An 8-point run put together here by the Bows.
Big possession for University of Portland.
McSwiggan draws some contact, and it's going to be a foul on Purchase. That's his second. Let's take another look at Samuta at the other end.
Samuta goes strong baseline, and he quick jumps it. You know, he didn't gather himself. He just went up real quick and scored the basket. And that's one thing Samuta Avea is able to do. He quick jumps, and other guys have to gather themselves in order to go up.
Yeah, you're right. It's like he's on a trampoline at all times. Shaver, oh, just barely able to keep that one in bounds. McSwiggan. That's a nice drive there by the 6'7" junior.
He cupped it. And a cup of tea from London there. He did a job.
He averaged about 11 points a season ago, but Terry Porter thinks that he could go much higher than that here this year. Here's Leland Green for three. Hawaii now 3 of 13. Oh, the block by Avea.
What did I say about quick jump?
Wiping the glass, then at the other end, flushing it home.
That's a great example of how quick he gets off the ground, and then he sprints down the floor, and Brock Steptoe is a reward for being a good defender.
How about these running rainbows here tonight? And Steptoe forces the turnover.
Once again, Brock Steptoe doing the job.
From Hawaii a season ago.
Oh, no question about it. And there has been transition attempts, the execution, and the finish hasn't always been there, but at least it's up and down basketball, a little bit more exciting than just running half court.
Portland in the zone, and Brock Steptoe immediately makes them pay.
Oh, you want to play a zone? Well, here, I've got this for you. 10-point lead now. Portland better pick it up a little bit or it could get ugly here.
Hawaii with its largest lead of this opening half. Here's Diabate, great position, and he works it around Cholina down low.
Did a nice job of using the rim for a protector. Went underneath because it would have been blocked if he had come up on the first side.
Diabate, 6'9", 250. They said he added about 25 pounds in the offseason. And from the looks of it, all muscle. Now we'll have a defensive foul called against Diabate. And that's, you know, the science and the knowledge, the nutrition is getting so good. We are seeing incredible gains made by underclassmen in college basketball. I mean, we talk so much about Zigmar's Raimo and how he basically remolded his body. But Samuta Avea being an example, a lot of these players for Hawaii, they have just been able to transform themselves from a season ago.
Yeah, even Drew Buggs, I think, is a real different guy. Ooh, you don't see this that often.
Cookies for Marcus Shaver.
Man, he took it from Brock. Brock rarely gets the ball stripped.
And Shaver then dunks it two-handed at the other end.
He says, I played ball here.
Steptoe says, well, the dunk's worth 2. I'll try to get you 3. Didn't happen, though, right there. Portland trimming the deficit down to 6. Here's McSwiggan, and a foul defensively called against Avea.
Shaver goes up and flushes it, holds on to the rim. I thought they might call him for hanging on that rim because he was up there. Maybe it's because he was so high and he's small.
That's right.
He was trying to make sure he came down.
That's
softly.
right. You're allowed to hang on to it if you're in some sort of concern or danger,
Yeah.
so maybe that counts.
Ooh. Now Hawaii is going much smaller right now. You think about Zigmar Ramos is the big on the floor at 6'6", 6'7", and now they've got all their speed team out there.
Yeah, Jacob Tryon, the 7-footer, back on the floor for Portland as well.
And Avea is guarding him.
They clear the lane, and Shaver tries to take step-toe off the dribble, and that is a foul on step-toe. That is team foul number 7, so we got the bonus initiated here for the Pilots. That's number 1 on step-toe. And that'll send Marcus Shaver to the line. Was a West Coast Conference all-freshman team selection a year ago. The first Pilot to achieve that accomplishment since 2007. Was also West Coast Conference honorable mention. The 394 points he scored last year were 3rd most ever by a Pilots freshman.
And they're looking forward to him having a really nice career. I think Coach Terry Porter is excited about his play and what he brings to the table.
Goes 2 for 2 from the line there. Shaver now with double figures. He's got 10. He leads everybody on the floor right now.
And a moment ago, I was talking about Portland being down 10. Now they're down only 4. So they've done the job. They stepped it up. Didn't allow the Rainbow Warriors to get out from them.
Still in that zone. Avea lines it up from the free throw line. Doesn't get the bounce. It did a dance for a moment.
That shot's there.
Here's Walker weaving through Rainbow defenders, and then Diabate cleans up the spill, and just like that, an 8-0 run for the Pilots, a 2-point ball game. Stansbury for 3. And it is not for a lack of open looks, but Hawaii now is 4 of 16 from long range. Tryon. And a good box out there by Raimo.
2 for 1 here, Hawaii. Good patience by Stansbury on that possession. This 2-3 zone.
Under a minute to play. They get it to Avea at the elbow. Tried to bounce it to Raimo, poked away. Walker, left hand pass ahead to Shaver for the lay-in, and we're tied up.
What a great pass that was. That is a great pass.
And the shot clock should be off. I believe the game clock is actually under the shot clock. So that's neither here nor there. Hawaii can hold it for the last attempt. But a 10-0 run for Portland to even things up and take away all this momentum that Hawaii had appeared to be accumulating. Take another look at JoJo Walker finding Marcus Shaver ahead of the pack.
That's a great pass. That is a great pass. And Shaver's coming back to Oahu, and he's having a very, very nice game.
Nice little homecoming.
Yeah, buddy.
He and Hugh Hoagland with some family and friends in the stands for sure. So Portland not near the bonus. That was only their 5th team foul. Great pass by Steptoe to Raimo, and Hawaii has the final word in half number 1. But a 10-0 run by the Pilots to tie things up at 34, making it all the more interesting here on
Mate.
As in good day, mate?
Yeah. Hey, good day, mate. I mean, explain that one to me. He's from Australia.
Yeah, that's you'd have to take that up with him. That could be a marketing opportunity missed on his part.
Yeah.
As Portland turns it over on their first possession. But no, it is G'day Mate.
G'day Mate, and Mate is going to be a nice player for the Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, he's done some good things here tonight. Brandon Thomas back on the floor here. Part of this second half starting rotation for the Rainbow Warriors. The rebound to Theo Akuba. We barely knew you, Theo. He left the game with 2 quick fouls.
He was in and out in a hurry.
So he has some fresh legs.
Yeah, I mean, his jersey didn't even get wet.
See if he impacts this Portland defense with his shot blocking capabilities. But what, you're getting after it here in their man-to-man defensive look. Akuba, 6 to shoot, tries to challenge Raimo, got stripped, falls to the baseline and sends it right into the waiting palms of Brock Steptoe. Raimo got blocked himself by Tryon. Here's Steptoe over Akuba.
Steptoe with that little floater is so effective. So effective.
Akuba trying to run the floor, but Steptoe poked it away. Good read that time by Brock. Here's Purchase lining it up and dropping it through. Reason to wave the Australian flag here at the SSC. And Portland takes a timeout.
Because he wanted to throw it down from the top.
He was thinking Sports Center on that fast break. But Brock Steptoe, I am certain to the delight of Eran Ganot, went with the good old bounce pass.
Basic basketball. I like what Samuto Avea is bringing, though. He brings energy and quickness on the glass, and he plays fearless going to the basket, which is a nice thing.
It is pretty ridiculous how quickly he does get off the floor, though. I mean, like he has springs underneath his shoes.
Yeah, he really does get off the floor. He really gets off the floor.
Meanwhile, slow getting up off the floor is Zigmar's Raimo after the collision under the basket on the JoJo Walker drive.
My name is Zigmar. You can't hurt me.
That's right.
Yeah.
He has admitted such. In fact, after the Hawaii Pacific University win, the exhibition last week, he said he just loves being physical. He loves that aspect of the game. That's part of his game. And speak of the devil.
And there he is.
He's got 13 to lead all scorers.
Brian's guy. Brian's guy. Unbelievable. Brian McGinnis called it last year.
Here's Shaver. Step back 3. It was contested. Misses off to the left, and Thomas collects it. They're going into Raimo now, back to the basket. Out to Steptoe, repost to Raimo. Bounces it to a cutting Bugs, and we'll have a foul against the Pilots. I mean, they are running the offense through Zigmar's Raimo.
Zigmar is becoming the point center. You know? The point center. Look at, get it to him and watch him. He's going to drop a dime himself. I love it. Last year, Zigmar wouldn't have thought about dropping that dime.
JoJo Walker committing the foul, his second.
Give it to him again. Now they're going to double team Zigmar when he's down there.
Under 10 to shoot. Purchase, no one stepped up on him, so he said, thank you very much.
Oh, Jack Purchase, that's a nice stroke right there.
Taking an awful lot of twos by Jack Purchase's standards here tonight. An 11-0 run for the Rainbow Warriors going back to the first half. They scored that last-second bucket, and they have been the only team to score so far in half number 2.
Yeah, Portland needs to go back in the locker room and come back again, huh?
I mean, what a game of runs, right? It was a 10-0 run by Portland to tie it up at 34. Hawaii scores the last basket before the intermission. Now Hawaii has scored the first 9 of the second half, and Portland is sitting still. And we're going to have a defensive foul called against Steptoe. That's his second. Hawaii preseason picked to finish 6th in the Big West Conference this year. And I think the assumption is that the conference is stepping up a notch.
Yeah, it seems like it. They've had some good ball games today.
That's right. UC Irvine got a win against Texas A&M in College Station.
That's huge. That's huge.
Irvine, the prohibitive favorite in the Big West Conference, as you see Akuba putting it in on the short jump hook. First points for Theo Akuba. And we got another foul here against the Pilots. This is going to be Shaver picking it up.
And Shaver's walking around going, really? I'm that strong? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Zigmar, he's gone to in the off season the Velati school, right. The Velati school of flopping. Zigmar, you're 230 pounds still, or 225. I mean, he got hit there, and that it was a delayed reaction, but he did get the call.
That was he learned that one from Sharif Jermay, I think.
Oh man.
Hopefully the producers of Hawaii Five-0 and or Magnum PI are watching. Here's Thomas, left corner three. Rebound Akuba. Shaver. He had it going for a little while in that first half. They'd love to see him start doing that again. Akuba gets his own miss and gets hammered by Raimo. Almost got the and one. Akuba earned that trip.
And that's a good-looking freshman. He's trying to play hard, trying to play strong. Mate Tolina.
And it's Dawson Carper, not Charper, just in case you were wondering.
Okay.
But yeah,
Dawson.
It changes it changes the dynamic, does it not, of what Eran Kanat can do rotationally.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options, and it should help him as the season progresses and as guys get comfortable with playing Division I basketball. All three of those bigs are young players, so they're going to take a little adjusting and time, getting used to American basketball for a couple of them. But it's a nice problem to have, is having 3 7-footers.
Akuba goes 1 of 2 at the line, out of the timeout. Here's Purchase, lets it fly, and hits. Jack Purchase now 2 of 4 from out there. And he sends a little wink over to some of his fellow Aussies sitting up in the seats. And Akuba walked with it. Well, body language-wise, there seems to be quite the difference between what we're seeing from the guys in green and the guys in white right now.
Yeah, it's a little frustration starting to set in on the Portland team.
Oh, Bugs tried to shovel it to Raimo. Coming the other way, McSwiggan.
Good patience by McSwiggan.
Here's Shaver. 12 points to lead the Pilots, but it's been a while since we've seen him do his thing. 6 seconds to shoot. Tryon will try one, and it's an air ball. I don't think that's what Terry Porter had in mind on that possession.
No, I mean, you're going to use 26, 27 seconds, and that's what you're going to get?
An 11-point lead for Hawaii. Largest lead of the game. And now we'll have a substitution as Brandon Thomas goes out and Samuta Avea checks in for the Bows. Franklin Porter also on the floor for the Pilots. Hawaii shooting 44% from the field, 6 of 20 from outside the arc. And they're posting up Bugs here against Shaver. Tried to pull the chair out from under him. Instead, it's Raimo sticking a baseline J.
Hey, going for his career high almost, huh? What is his point?
He's got 15 now.
Okay, he's gonna get close.
Yeah, the 20 against HPU last week would have represented a career high for Zigmar's, but as it stands, because that was an exhibition, his career high remains 17 points scored against Long Beach State last season.
And that's a nice little jump shot there. Usually it's putbacks and lay-ins.
Bugs committing this last foul, that's his second. So Hawaii extends its largest lead. Shaver off the mark. Avea goes up the elevator for the rebound. Look at the patience by Hawaii offensively. Oh, Avea tried to challenge Akuba, nothing doing. Step toe for three. And Hawaii pouring it on right now here. Still 13 and a half to play.
Just good patience offensively by Hawaii.
Shaver gets it down low. Akuba can't finish up close, but he's fouled in the act. That's number 3 on Brock. Brock saying he didn't touch him. The video replay would disagree.
Yeah. He didn't feel it.
So Akuba again to the line. Misses the first. As mentioned, he averaged a triple-double as a senior in high school. And now at Portland is pursuing a computer science degree from Portland's engineering school. Theo Akuba. 6'10", long frame. Nice touch on that second free throw. But he will head to the bench now as Diabate comes back in. Malcolm Porter also on the floor for Portland. It's been all Hawaii here after it was a 2-point differential at halftime. Oh, Bugs called for the charge. And that's number 3 on Drew. Yeah, Diabate with position.
Good position. Drew Bugs, I think, had made his mind up where he was going, regardless if the defender was there.
Porter. Ball rotates around the arc. And it's going to be a defensive foul called against Leland Green, getting a little too handsy, at least according to the officials, on the McSwiggan drive.
Did they say that was, I mean, he didn't take another dribble. Did that shot not count?
No, that foul took place on the drive, so
when
that
it
is,
took place
though,
there, right?
yeah. So it has to be in the upward motion for the and one.
Okay.
And so what that does represent, though, is Hawaii's 7th team foul, which is a 1-and-1 now for McSwiggan.
And Portland will be in the 1-and-1 for the next 12:38 of this ball game,
which could come in handy the way the scoring has gone here. So here's Mate Cholina.
Cholina's coming in the ball game for a big Ziggy, and Zigmar has had a nice ball game for the Rainbow Warriors.
Purchase left all alone about 8 feet from the rim.
Yeah, that's just not good defense by the University of Portland. You've got to at least challenge the shot. Put a hand up, make them shoot overhand.
It's funny, I'm not used to seeing Jack Purchase taking these many 2-point shots. Well over 70% of all of his Hawaii attempts have been from 3-point land. Oh, a lot of contact underneath, and it's going to be a defensive foul called against Green.
I think Green was inside the restricted area.
The Rainbow Classic. In the first game, we had North Texas with a 93-48 victory over Humboldt State. Humboldt State, a D2 squad.
Yeah, North Texas.
They look all right.
They looked all right, and they did that without their leading scorer. I think he was not playing. I'm not sure exactly the reason, but without him, they still scored 90-some points. So that'll be a tough one.
Hawaii will face Humboldt State on night 2 of the tournament tomorrow. And then we'll battle North Texas on Sunday. Avea right corner. Now Green on the drive, got stripped down low by Porter. Last touched out of bounds by the Pilots, and so it stays here with Hawaii. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Leland Green, quick step going to his right, and good defensive effort by Porter to strip the ball.
Here's Cholina back to the basket down low. Finds Buggs right corner for three. Nice pass out of the post, though, you would say, huh?
Yeah. And good recognition by Drew Buggs that the shot clock was running down, so he took a good look and a good shot.
Hawaii has outscored Portland 19-8 in this second half. And the last 6 points for the Pilots have come from free throws. Oh, great takeaway there by Leland Green. Ahead to Cholina. Maybe a little too ambitious.
Yeah, good idea, though. Try to reward the big fella for hustling down the floor.
Again, the fast break point totals don't necessarily reflect how much it appears Hawaii has been desiring to push the ball in transition at times tonight.
Yeah, because right now we have 2 points in fast break points. But they've pushed it, that's for sure.
Nice move by Diabate, left it short though. Closing in on 10.5 minutes to play. Hawaii by 13. There's Avea, that now patented baseline cut.
Because Avea jumps so quick and so well and is strong around the basket, that is a perfect cut. That is a perfect play for him.
Shaver can't hit the rise up three. Avea with double figures. He's got 10 points. And Steptoe is fouled on the baseline. Let's take another look at Purchase to Avea.
Once Samuta gets the ball that low, it's difficult for someone to defend him unless they are also quick jumpers.
Steptoe got to get it in. Portland back in that zone, Artie.
Yeah, and that zone has been not as effective in the second half as it was early in the first half.
We got Eddie Stansbury on the floor.
Yeah, he just got back in the ball game, or he just got put in the ball game in the second half. First action of his second half.
Here he is, left corner, three up, off the heel, no. Avea almost had his second offensive rebound of the possession, but it does stay with Hawaii out of bounds. Terry Porter doesn't like it. The rest of the Pilots on the floor don't like the call. But it is a full 30 on the clock for the Bows. Stansbury can't hit off the inbound. Diabate in transition.
Good catch, good finish. Good challenge by Avea.
So Portland within 13, just trying to hang around here. We've seen them put together some runs tonight. A 10-0 run at the closing end of the first half, which tied the game up at 34. And it's been just about all the Rainbow Warriors here in half number 2. And now we're going to have a foul called against Tahiro Diabate, his second. Diabate, originally from Mali, has lived, though, in France. He's lived in the Canary Islands. He's lived in Japan. Moved to Japan in 2014 to focus on year-round hoops development as well as education. And so the result of that is he speaks 5 different languages.
That's unbelievable.
Good pass by Reimer. Wide open, Stansbury. Yep.
Good look by Stansbury. Nice pass by Ziggy.
9 points for Stansbury, all from outside the arc. Here's Porter trying to answer, can't do it. And a foul's going to go against Raimo, trying to fight off Diabate for the board.
Good assist by Zigmar, throwing it out in Stansbury. What makes his jump shot so perfect is that it just, and you look at this foul,
Not much there.
not much contact, but the beauty of Stansbury's jump shot is that he can catch it and doesn't need to dribble it. He can catch it and rise and take a jumper from deep, and it's never a problem.
And we're going to have our first look tonight at Dawson Carper, 7-foot freshman from Colorado Springs.
Now that's a big young man.
7 feet, 250.
Yep, he's got, that's a big puppy right there.
It's a block of humanity right there.
And he's actually not bad. He's fundamentally pretty sound. Got to get a little quicker. Got to move a little better and stay active. But you know, he's got some fundamentals, and he got some footwork down pretty well.
Yeah, a little bit more of your traditional big, right?
Yeah, he's one of the old school bigs. He's not going to step out on the floor and knock down threes as much, but he'll go out here, set a pick, and then roll. He's going to roll. He's not going to pop.
Yeah, he likes it around the basket. Step toe, tried to shovel it underneath, and he's fouled. And that's number 3 on Diabate, who was a little shaken up after the exchange. That's team foul number 6 against Portland, but it's going to be 2 shots for Steptoe, fouled in the act. And 81% free throw shooter, Brock Steptoe.
Brock feels like, I think Brock is feeling the effect of that foul as well.
Those were Steptoe's free throw shooting numbers a season ago. This will be his first official free throw attempt of the new year, and he splashes it. Leland Green comes in for Jack Purchase, and Hugh Hoagland back into the game for Portland. He replaces Diabate. So between Shaver, Hoagland, and Avea on the floor, a lot of Hawaii guys. McSwiggan to a wide open Walker right corner. Can't hit Avea the board. And again, Hawaii showing some patience here with this substantial 62-46 advantage. Stansbury, he'll let it fly, and he drops it.
Stansbury he doesn't have a conscience, and when you shoot as well as he shoots it, you don't have to have one.
That's 12 points in the debut of Eddie Stansbury, as advertised.
Yeah, and not with a lot of minutes.
That's a good point. 4 of 9 from outside the arc. He's only taken 2 non-3.
With 12 and Samuta Avea with 10. That's nice balance to have 5 guys in double figures. Drew Buggs with 7 assists in the first ball game.
You know, we'd be remiss, and there's never really a good time to plug this in, but we'd be remiss if we didn't want to send our blessings and our aloha and our prayers to the families of 3 former University of Hawaii athletes.
No question.
Who are gone too soon here within the last couple of months. Vince Manuai, University of Hawaii football legend. Sia Goods Fernandez, former Rainbow Wahine middle hitter, who was just fantastic. Yeah. And there was a moment of silence before this basketball game for a former Rainbow Warrior hoopster, Mike McIntyre.
Yeah, no question about it. Thoughts, prayers, everything with the families and with the friends. A lot of people are kind of numb right now.
And there is McIntyre's jersey being held up during that moment of silence.
Yeah. Mike was a valuable part of the Rainbow basketball program, no question. And Vince on football and Sia in volleyball and basketball. All 3 of those athletes were not only great athletes, but great people.
Yeah.
and they will be missed by their families and friends and all of us. It's been a tough week.
It really has
It's been a tough week.
You know, with the passing of Mike
I'm
McIntyre.
not sure if it was just that, holding, that clamping down that they're trying to do.
Yeah, the hook and hold.
Hook and hold.
A
That's the
point
new
of
thing.
emphasis this year in college basketball.
And I had a coach that used to teach that. I guess he couldn't coach anymore.
Here's Carper, splashes his first free throw attempt.
Nice. The big fella get on the floor and knock down the free throw. He's in the book.
He has taken advantage of his height throughout his basketball career. 4-year varsity letter winner at Rampart High School in Colorado, where his career field goal percentage was 69.8. That's the career state record. He also shot 75% in his senior season.
That's.
Nice finish there, lefty by Shaver.
I would like to know how many shots he took out of the paint
That's a good question. I'd imagine very few.
at 7 feet.
No reason to, right?
No, no question.
What do you make of what we've seen from the Hawaii offense here tonight? Just, we've seen a lot of those flex cuts. We've seen Bugs coming around on the curl repeatedly. The step toe gets deep, kicks it out to Purchase. 3 on the way. Yes!
Well, I think the Rainbow Warriors, they practice their offense every single day. And they force the guys to run it to perfection. And it's being evident here in this game. When they get a chance to run their offense, they look for option 1, 2, 3, 4. And eventually, you get an open shot like Jack Purchase just knocked down. And it's within the offense that they're doing it. It's not individual play.
I think that's the thing that has stood out, and that will be highlighted as we got a whistle. It's going to go against Drew Bugs. And that's going to send Shaver to the free throw line. Portland in the double bonus already. And that's number 4 on Drew.
And Drew is asking the official, what did I do?
Yeah, that was before the ball was even inbounded.
And whatever you did, you're going to have to go sit down, Drew, unfortunately.
So Bugs to the bench, Leland Green coming in. Let's see that left bottom of your screen. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I guess that freedom of movement, he obstructed movement.
Perhaps. Meanwhile, Shaver takes advantage, hits the free throw. He has 15.
That's one of those plays that, in my mind, it doesn't matter. Why are you calling it?
I think you'd have a lot of people that would agree with that assessment. Shaver's second free throw is no good. Rebound Avea. Getting back to the Hawaii offense, though, that's definitely something that Eran Ganado is pleased with in the exhibition against Hawaii Pacific. He said, hey, look, we got a lot of open looks. That's what our offense is designed to do. Guys will get shots.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of hitting them.
And if you run to perfection your offense, you'll get some looks, and especially if a team is not strong defensively. Most teams don't play defense for the entire 30 seconds.
Raimo can't hit. Battle for the loose ball. McSwiggan saves it from going out of bounds. Shaver in transition. Good bounce, Hoagland, and he is fouled by Raimo. That's number 3 on Big Z. Looked like he got a good deal of the basketball here,
well,
but did he get a chunk of the, he got a good deal of the arm too.
Yeah, you think he got any basketball? I think he got more arm than basketball. I don't think he got any basketball. That's okay, Kano. I know your eyes are down. You've been having a little problems.
A little
tonight.
under the weather.
Yeah.
As Hoagland gets in the book, that's his first point of the game.
Now I say that because you heard all the fans booing that a foul was called. It's like, did they see what was happening on the floor? Wow.
Second free throw is good.
Count it. Iolani grad. I said it for you. I didn't allow you to say it.
Hoagland, who actually initially gave his verbal commitment to UC Santa Barbara when Bob Williams recruited him there. And they actually put an offer on the table for Marcus Shaver out of Shadow Mountain High School in Arizona as well. But then Bob Williams was relieved of duties.
Yeah.
They went in a different direction, and so that kind of changed the dynamic there. And so here those two players are now with the Portland Pilots. Shaver lost it. Thomas took it away, and a whistle in the backcourt.
The last shot by Zigmar. Last year, he would never have shot it that quick. But you can see the confidence in him has gone up a huge amount. And now he's getting the ball thinking that I can score on the inside.
So Brandon Thomas goes to the free throw line, 6'4" junior from Woodland Hills, California. Played his freshman year at Riverside City College before coming to Manoa. And he is still without a point after missing the front end of that one-on-one opportunity. Here's Hoagland working against Raimo. Shaver for three. And the two Hawaii connection guys making the connection. The lead is 13 here for Hawaii. Still a decent chunk of ball left, just over 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, well, if you're Portland, you want to get a couple more turnovers and try and make this a little more of a competitive game down the stretch. Rainbow Warriors just want to run their offense.
Good bounce pass, Green to Raimo. Raimo got caught, though. Purchase now for three. That one sails long.
Yes,
We're going to have another foul called against Hawaii.
Portland and play two games, one at University of Portland and one at Oregon State.
Well, you got recruited to the University of Portland. In fact, right now the Pilots program mourning the loss of coaching legend Jack Avina, who was the coach from 1970 to 1987, still holds the program record for wins,
Yeah,
but he
was the guy.
recruited you,
Yeah,
right?
he was. Jack was a tough coach, too. I mean, he was one of those drill sergeant coaches. But he let you play, but you better play hard.
So what tilted the scales in the direction of the islands, my man?
I came to Hawaii in December. It was 78 degrees and sunny. When we took off, it was 40 degrees and raining.
That's all you needed to know.
all I
Here's
needed to know.
Zigmar's Raimo off the dime, dropped by Brandon Thomas.
Good assist. Zigmar is saying, I want to be player of the game, and we're having this discussion over here. Is it Jack Purchase or Zigmar?
Hoagland got blocked by Raimo, gets it back, though. That last bucket by Raimo, by the way, that matches his career high. He has 17. It also ends an 8-0 Portland run. Porter, tough runner, got it, and one.
No, I think they call it offensive foul.
Oh,
no
they called an
basket.
offensive foul. Huh, Malcolm Porter. Thought he had a three-point opportunity. Let's take another look.
Good step up by Zigmar to take the charge. Good second half by Hawaii. When you look at it, they played extremely well in the second half. They've executed. The coaching staff has a lot of tape now. They can look at a lot of different players who have been in the ball game. There's been some positive things, and then there's been things that you have to work on.
McSwiggan committing the foul on Thomas at midcourt. So among the things you would put in the category of job well done, what would that entail among some of the things of work in progress? What would that entail?
Well, some of the things real positive is the Rainbow Warriors have assisted on 20-21 assists in the ball game, and that's been real positive because that means you're running your offense and you're executing, and guys are getting open, looking for the right guy at the right time. The other thing that I think has been pretty good is the Rainbow Warriors, they've not turned the ball over only 7 times in this ball game, so they've taken care of the basketball. What I would want to see a little more effort on is they've got to do a little better job on the defensive end of shutting teams down, and I think they have to be a little more dominant on the inside as far as rebounding. They've got to become more of a rebounding factor.
Walker tripped up as he tries to drive the lane. Now Hawaii, as you mentioned, 21 assists on 28 field goals. That's a really good ratio.
Nice. But see, a Portland team that's not that aggressive on the boards has 27 or so rebounds. The Rainbow's 34, so you're a +7. But you're also at home, and you should dominate on the glass.
Here Bill Walker. He was born in Puerto Rico, moved to Santa Maria, California as a freshman in high school, lived with a host family. Attended St. Joseph High School where he averaged 23.7 assists as a senior. That was Brock Steptoe's 4th foul, by the way, so he and Bugs both playing with 4. And another reach-in foul. McSwiggan very aggressive whenever Brandon Thomas gets the ball near midcourt. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, McSwiggan has not had a ball game, the kind of game they were hoping that he would have. He has 11 points in this game. Now, remember, he just came off of a 37-point outing.
That's right.
Against Multnomah.
Thomas hitting the free throw. Thomas, of course, the younger brother of former Rainbow Warrior Mike Thomas, who was in the mix for a while in the developmental league, now the NBA G League. Shaver lost it on the drive, last touched by the Pilots. And so now we're seeing some offense-defense substitutions from Eran Ganot with Steptoe with 4 fouls. Brings him in for the offensive possession. And Leland Green goes back to the bench. Here's Purchase on the fly route. Bugs, nicely done. Hawaii has won 8 of their last 9 season openers at home. Looking to make it 9-10. They're 2 minutes and 3 seconds away, but Drew Bugs has just committed foul number 5. So he will go to the bench.
And Drew Bugs fouled out. And he's probably thinking, I never got one good foul. Good drive to the basket before he fouled out. Well, at least you got a basket, Drew. That was as much incidental contact.
The crowd doesn't like it.
But remember, the crowd didn't like the foul a moment ago.
The crowd isn't always the most accurate judge, admittedly.
Yeah.
So Drew Bugs sits, 4 points, 5 rebounds. But he had 7 assists here tonight. Bugs, who last year led the team with 3.6 assists. That was good enough for 8th in the Big West Conference. Also led the team in steals, set the UH freshman steals record. So, you know, at least on the assist side, starting off where he left off. And that is foul number 4 on Brandon Thomas, and it will send the just recently inserted Takiula Farrenson from Auckland, New Zealand, to the free throw line as Eddie Stansbury gets ready to check back into the game.
Yeah.
Farrenson, a 6'6" redshirt freshman. Steptoe putting on a bit of a dribbling show, kicks it to Green in the right corner, sends it long. It didn't hit the rim, so 3 to shoot. Late clock, Brock.
Yeah, Brock is, he said he wanted an assist, but they didn't want to score it, so give it back to me, let me score the basket.
FIFA, as he is called.
And that was for the University of Hawaii. There you go. What does he like to be called?
FIFA.
FIFA.
Makes it a little bit easier
Yeah.
for us. graduate of McKinley High School. Played a season at San Diego Mesa College in California. Was a team manager a season ago. And now a foul as Malcolm Porter will go to the free throw line. Third foul on Green. So all in all, positive performance for the Rainbow Warriors. I think particularly when you think of how poorly the first half ended, right? They allowed the Pilots to get right back in it with that 10-0 run.
Yeah.
They scored the bucket right before the break to have a 2-point advantage at the intermission. But they came out in the second half like gangbusters when really it seemed like Portland, of all teams, would have the momentum.
Yeah, Hawaii came out on a mission and served notice early in the second half and really didn't let up.
Stansbury stripped, and he was the last to touch it. So tomorrow night it is Humboldt State, the opponent for the Rainbow Warriors. Lost in a lopsided fashion to North Texas in the opener of the Rainbow Classic. And we'll have a defensive foul called against Stansbury right there. Stansbury, an interesting guy to talk to. He is a very thoughtful dude,
Yeah.
very well spoken, got a great sense of humor.
He's a competitor too.
You can see it, right? You can see it in his eyes.
To compete.
There's a certain posture that I think guys of his confidence have, right? Just walking around. He seems to have that. He is certainly here to do damage on behalf of this Rainbow Warrior program. Some of the things that Eran Ganot has suggested he needs to still refine would be mainly at the defensive end. But we saw tonight some glimpses of just his explosiveness offensively. Green, tough drive, got it, and one.
Man, you like seeing that for Leland Green because he clearly has had a long road back from his injury, and nice to see him on that strong move going to the basket, gets the body contact, will get one more. Feels good for Leland Green to get something to go positive for.
Yeah, that's a heck of a finish right there.
Yes.
Hoagland picking up the foul. Justin Hemsley now on the floor. He replaced Stansbury moments ago. Dawson Carper also back out there. And Carper providing a lot of traffic underneath that rim. So this should be the final possession here.
And I think Hawaii will just hold the basketball and savor this victory. Good victory, 82-64 will be the final. And you got to feel good if you're the Rainbow Warriors because in the second half, they came out, served notice, and they did a nice job of finishing off this Portland team.
So a successful opening night in the 2018-2019 season for the Rainbow Warriors.